Welcome to my new home and headquarters, a great Indiana-built product. In the next 100 days, we will travel to all 92 Indiana counties. Then, we'll do it again and again, searching for ideas about the best ways to rebuild our state and for the homegrown talent to help us do it. Anyone who shares our determination to build a better Indiana is welcome in this RV and at the hundreds of places it will visit. So ladies and gentlemen, start the engine. We have 6 million neighbors now. Yes, ma'am. Is that Ann that I'm talking to?
Sort of come and sit on the parents is, the lunches,
right.
Trying to provide longer, child care. I think some of this will take some of that burden off of them.
Well, I know that the financially, I want to say just a few words tonight about the 7 months ahead. I want to talk about why, the why and the way of this year, the why we are running and why we must succeed, but also the way in which we do it, which I think is pretty important. Now, our governor, now and then we'll talk, had been using some statistics lately that I guess
Beckers here, and they're recommending biscuits and gravy according to Mike Rader.
And give me that and some orange juice and scrambled eggs would be great.
Okay.
And thanks for picking this place. It looks good. If my wife got to look at this place, she would be here every morning, I guarantee you. Isn't it a great place? Where else have you lived?
Minnesota, Dakota, Washington, and Idaho.
Yeah. Well, now there's some nice, Idaho. They're nice.
Indiana is great.
I think so too, and that's why it's one of many reasons why I think the problems that we've had are reversible. I mean, we got a lot more people who would like to live here than want to get out. Hey, hi, Mitch, Daniel.
Sally.
Hey, Sally, bring your camera. Settle down, I'm talking to Sally here. We weren't trying to start a ruckus.
Her husband, Lewis.
Yeah, hey, Lewis, good to see you. Uh-oh, the law's here.
Marvin, I'm the sheriff.
Sheriff, thanks for coming out. Nice to see you. As far as I know, we have abided by all local ordinances. Thanks for coming. Sit still. Grover, nice to see you.
Pat Brooks.
Pat, I can't get anybody just to sit still. Would you sit down? Kathy, just to set an example.
Okay.
That's what I'm having.
It's really good.
That's what I'm having.
Daryl Haley.
Daryl, pleasure. Nice to see you. Get a good grip for a coroner.
I don't know if that's...
Strikes me this would be the best time and place just to say good morning and thanks to everybody. And when I say it'll be quick, it will be, because I've got that food sitting right in front of me and I do not intend to let it get cold. I'm happy to say I'm losing track of the number of times we've been in this county and neighboring counties. We're going to spend most of the day meandering around here. I'm going to go see some friends in Rockport and eventually up in Jasper, but who knows in between. I just met some folks from Paradise out in the next room. We might go there. These are the days we enjoy probably more than any others, because the chance encounters with our fellow citizens tend to be the ones that are most fun and the ones where we often learn the most. And one thing we're learning is that there's a real appetite for change in this state, and an appreciation that we can do a whole lot better than we've been doing. I told the group over in Evansville last night that we must use this opportunity to have a 16-month conversation with the people of our state about the kind of future we see and how we propose to get there, to call the citizens of Indiana to a higher standard and to higher goals, to aim higher, as I like to say, across the board,
I don't want to see our state improve. I want to see our state be excellent. And I want to take on the myth, which I believe it is, that Hoosiers really don't expect to be top of the heap. We're middle America, so we're middle of the pack. We're about the median. Governor likes to say, let's, half full. The glass is half full, not half empty. I like to say, half full's not good enough for me.
I just think it'd be a terrible missed opportunity just to sort of campaign the old conventional way. Probably work, by the way. Just say, look at the mess, 16 years long enough, time for change. Probably work. But I think it would miss a real opportunity to get people to think about really how great we can be.
I want to enlarge people's sense of the possible and have everyone in this state arrive at Election Day, first of all, understanding that if they entrust us after all these years with the opportunity to lead this government, things are going to be different. It will not be business as usual, because this state's got to move. I do not accept that Hoosiers should forever earn 91 cents for every dollar the average American earns. I'm not really interested in arguing about whether public education in this state ranks us 48th or 46th, or somebody thinks 36th or 37th by some measure. Who cares? There's not a single measure by which the educational attainment in this state is in the top 10 or anywhere near the top tier. And I've been in schools all over Indiana. Let me tell you, it is not because the kids can't cut it. And so we won't stop and we won't rest until the rest of the nation is looking with envy and trying to emulate the standards that kids in Indiana are achieving in school.
Right now, our #1 export is college graduates in the state. We got some great schools. And far too many of the kids look around, they'd like to stay here, but well, you know the story. I mean, I hear it everywhere.
Thank you very much.
Anybody know where we're going?
Yes. Mitch, I'm Tom Morrison.
Hi, Tom. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. You're going to be with a graduate class in Information and Communication Science.
Yeah?
They're all about economic development.
Yeah.
What would you do to bring Indiana back up to a technological level where we can compete with other states?
But my principal interest is in you and in how we rebuild the kind of state where it's absolutely clear to you that if Indiana's where you want to be, that there's a wealth of opportunity for you to do it. Every student in this room has lived essentially his or her entire life while one party ruled this state. And these are not bad people, and they're not hard-hearted people, but they have some blind spots, in my opinion. And one of the blind spots has simply been that if it didn't look like the jobs they knew and were comfortable with, old-fashioned sort of manufacturing and commodity jobs, they were kind of clueless as to what to do about it. It was no secret that we were going to have fewer and fewer manufacturing jobs in America. It's not just Indiana. But other states got busy replacing them with the kind of jobs you're talking about, going out and recruiting those kind of firms. We had the raw material here. We have it. We have people like you. We have universities like this. What we haven't had is any strategy to transition from the old economy to the new.
And I've laid out a host of ideas about how we might improve it, improve that situation, from tax policy to regulatory policy, to using our state tax dollars to buy Indiana goods and services, and not hire people in other states. And today, in your town, about the fact that if we don't have more homegrown energy in this state, we will lose one of the competitive advantages we have, which is affordable electric rates, and there's no time to lose. Is that a debatable notion? Yes.
There's issues around using coal, but they're solvable. And the right answer cannot be to sit around another 5 years and wind up buying all our electricity at a premium price from somebody else. Any bold step to address a problem as severe as Indiana's economic crisis is going to trigger some debate, and that is what I meant to do.
Got rocks thrown at it immediately.
So it's a pretty confused statement, but I understand Mr. Burns' job is to get up every morning and find some way to attack me, and I guess that's the best he could do today.
Is it a true statement of the business condition? Yes. So somebody ought to say so.
There is no other answer. Right now, they're getting by on natural gas. These little plants, natural gas prices are up. We don't know for sure what the supply will look like.
Well,
They're buying dime, but that is not the answer. All the projections show that within a few years, we will need between 2,000 and 3,000 megawatts that we don't have now. And unless we want to buy that at premium prices from other states, charge our homeowners more, and even worse, make it harder to bring new jobs to this state, we've got to get busy now. When you understand the business need for that, then our own homegrown coal is the obvious answer. Don't tell me how old you are. You're
What's your name, Ella? Tally? I'll tally.
5? I don't miss by much.
You have 4 kids?
4 girls, so that I got this end covered. Anything you need to know, boys. I'm not too useful. If you just look silly enough at somebody like Tate, they will finally smile at you. You're a mess, buddy. You're a mess. You're a mess. Oh yeah, he's funny, isn't he, Mom? Tate. What's he look like? Sweet potatoes? What are we having? Sweet potato? I remember those. I remember. Oh no! Sweet potato, please. You want some steak sauce? I know.
That one's
Cowie, all right.
Hey, that's service now.
You getting enough to eat, Faith? Did you have to quiet anybody down while I was gone?
They've been actually really, really good.
I didn't hear any noise at all. I got some cornbread here for somebody. Who would mind? That's yours? Okay. Well, how come I gave you a roll then? That must be Callie's roll. Huh?
Yeah, it is Callie's roll.
You just have to be patient with I'm just a trainee, you understand.
My mother's a Roosevelt Democrat, but I'm a Reagan Republican, so figure that one out.
Well, you know what? We're working on folks like her these days. We're gonna get some people to make an exception. You know?
Yeah,
A lot of. In fact, I'm running into a lot of folks who start like that way. Well, I usually am a Democrat, but
This election is not about party or patronage or power or politics at all, as far as I'm concerned. It is about earning the chance to lead a comeback for 6.1 million people. Those of our party, those of the other party, those of no party at all. And that is an important calling in my judgment, and I hope you will join me in going after this election this year for that reason, the highest reason I know. Right, your dad, I know him well? I think really well, yeah. How about you guys? Business all right?
It's been okay.
Yeah, picking up a little bit?
Yeah, it's been all right. I think
I've been for interrupting. I want to shake your hand.
I want to shake your hand. What's your name, sir?
Schnellenberger.
Mr. Schnellenberger, how are you?
I'm fine. Yeah, I heard you was here, and I said, "Oh, I'm going to go see."
Well, I'm glad you did. You know your local Ford dealer, don't you? Keith Connor here.
Yeah, glad to meet you.
very nice to meet you.
Where are you from?
I'm from Huntingburg.
Oh, okay. We were there yesterday.
You were there yesterday.
Stopped in and got a carry-out from the what's the name of that place? The Overtime.
Oh, the overtime? Yeah. It's good seeing you.
Good to see you. Thanks for coming up.
Hang in there. We're going to
Oh,
be
we're
with
gonna.
you all the
Oh,
way.
well, we're gonna.
Huh?
We're gonna hang in there.
I hope we can make it this time.
Well, I think it might be the time. Nice to see y'all.
Trade away more pickles.
Yes, I do, actually. I do.
Go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead.
You sure?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Because I won't eat them. I hate to see that go away.
Well, I had a late breakfast, so
My granddaughter.
a dill pickle will be just fine. Thank you.
Yes, I do. I think that's great. I think
Well,
that's the way it should be.
Well, thank you. I'm enjoying doing it. I am, and I guess I'm glad I let those people talk me into these shows. You talking about these shows?
Yes, yes.
You know, when they first brought that up, I thought it was the strangest idea I ever heard, but now everywhere I go, people say they like that. So.
That's the way it should be. When I have my picture taken, and we've got a son-in-law that's such a big Democrat.
Well,
I'd love to have my picture taken.
We will have to do something about that.
All right. Looks good to me. Let's take 2 for this one.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, then we better get going, huh? Okay.
Mr. Daniels,
Sir.
make these contributions, please.
Well, how nice of you.
All right.
I'm much obliged. Thank you. Well, we will.
You're more than welcome.
I will promise you this. Nobody you could entrust it to will spend it more carefully than we will. Because I am tight.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
That's really good
So
to
we
hear.
will try hard to stretch it.
Thank you.
No, I appreciate it. I very much do.
And good luck, and we hope to see you
Thank
up
you.
there.
Well, hope to see you again down here. Mitch. Nancy? Nancy, they love the food out here.
Thank you.
I took a survey and everybody was happy. So
We like to hear.
good to see you. Bye, Pat.
Bye. You have a good day.
Well-
Thanks for your help.
Huh?
Thanks for your help.
I don't think I cost you any customers or any tips, you know.
Well, that's good.
Susie around here anywhere?
Yeah, she just went to
In the back? Mitch Daniels is my name. I'm out running for governor of the state.
Charles South.
Charles, nice to see you.
Run for governor.
Hey, Susie, I couldn't be in town and not come.
That's right.
How are you? I'm great. I'm great. It's good to see you. How's everything been?
Fine.
Even without me to help wait on customers?
Here you go.
So,
So, how's it going?
going pretty good.
Good.
Going really well, I think. So, how's business? All right?
Not too bad.
Yeah.
bad. It's starting-
I've been down the street. I was down in Mr. Jenkins' place around the corner.
Windows?
Yeah. And he said he thought businesses around here were pretty good. Therefore, his restaurant flow through was pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Say hi to this guy just for a second.
Okay.
Mitch Daniels, my name.
Mitch Daniels.
Mitch, with an M. I think one here has to be Rebs. Civil War, right?
Yeah,
Yanks foes. Yeah, okay, that'll be.
And one down
Okay.
ceremonies would probably be rights.
Absolutely. See, we're rolling already. Are we a team, girl, or what? Are we not a team? There's a sticky on there with the address. Hope Ms. Simpson can read the scribble off the bounce here. And then I'm gonna write one to. I gotta write one to the Mr. Connor's father. Find one. So we'll just see what's up. How are y'all?
Everything's for sale in the world, right?
Mitch Daniels, my name.
Oh, well, I'm guess he wants to buy it.
Well, not so fast. What's yours?
Rod, Abel.
Rod, how are you?
Henry Huff.
Mr. Huff, it's a pleasure.
Good to meet you.
Carl Steffen. Old Skinner.
Mr. Steffen,
Yeah, old Skinner.
is that
My
right?
wife Frances.
Mrs. Steffen, it's good to see you.
Now, if
Looks
Carl
like
and I
you're ready
say
for
anything
fishing
you use,
season.
Feel free, you know. Now,
But you got a random socket collection here?
they're all. Are we running for something this year?
Governor of the state of Indiana.
I got it. We qualified.
Well, that's for you to judge. You're the personnel officer here.
Well,
I'm the one trying to get hired.
You've had that position.
You running?
I've never run for office before.
Democrat, Republican?
I'm a Republican.
My God, I didn't know they was having in the state of Indiana.
Yeah, been so long, hadn't it?
And now
More
explain to
social.
me how it is Republicans get the economy cranked up, then they get thrown out of office, and then the Democrats take over and they ride the tide, and then they get thrown out of office when things are getting ready to go fluid again. and you
Well,
gotta get
timing is everything, I
then
guess.
it's Republicans' fault. Now tell me how
Yeah,
that
well,
works.
seems unfair, but it has a way of sorting itself out.
Henry, it might surprise you to know that I'm a registered Republican.
Registered Republican?
Really, Mr. Steffen? Is this the first time this has come out?
Well, first time I always thought it was a Democrat.
Is this just now being?
I honestly am.
Is this the first time we've
really
smoked
like
out
him that
this?
much.
Oh, is that?
You knew there was another reason.
Never did really care much for the man. I'm starting to respect him now.
Well, see, then our coming in here adds some value. You see?
Right. Hey, where's my $2 billion?
Well, we'll go looking for it, but you know, I don't expect to find it.
I want my $2 billion.
It was yours, wasn't it?
Well,
Hardly.
Yeah.
We had an investment.
Yeah.
you know, I got $2 billion, and then all of a sudden, no $2 billion.
Well, A lot of people have that same question.
Answered for me, okay?
Well, we'll go looking, but I'm pretty sure I know what they did with it, and it wasn't Republicans that spent it.
Well, I kind of remember the timing on that myself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get in trouble yet. I got Democrat friends.
We all do.
Yeah, it is true.
No.
It is true.
Well, I mean,
everybody's the same. We're wanting the same thing, maybe a little different way of getting there.
Yep. Well, boys, you see anything that we need for the rig?
Baseball bat.
You can always use a baseball bat.
As a baseball fan, I like the story from the 1950s when a man came to baseball who was quite unique. He was 6'8" and 300 pounds. His name was Frank Howard. Nothing like him had ever been seen in a baseball uniform. He'd once hit a baseball over 600 feet. And in the first game in which he played against the New York Yankees, on the mound for New York was the craftiest left-hander destined for the Hall of Fame of his day, all 5'6" of him, Whitey Ford. So this monster comes out of the Washington Senators dugout, twirling a 44-inch bat like a toothpick. The Yankee catcher takes one look, goes pale, and rushes out to the mound to see Ford and says, "What do you think?" And Whitey Ford said, "Wow, what a strike zone." So that's why I'm doing this. I never saw a strike zone this big. I can't wait to start pitching.
See, here's a Louis L'Amour. Somebody had some westerns here, but I don't.
Carl, I like the Cowboys. Are these guys?
So what's the asking price on these? $212.
Are these guys with you, or are they just with you?
These two guys are with me all the time. That's it.
Okay.
Ben there's from Fort Wayne, and he drives the RV, and Adam goes with us and goes ahead and makes sure that things are
Nobody's got any guns drawn.
set up and stuff like that. Yeah, right. But these other guys, we let them come along about one day in 50 and do their thing.
I can still quote it.
Gentlemen, may I?
Oh, well, sure.
Okay.
Well, thanks. I mean, what's your name?
Jean Gilliott.
Hi, Ms. Gilliott. Nice to see you. You were just going by and saw our conveyance out there?
To the station.
Yeah.
I was hoping I'd get to see you.
Yeah, well, nice seeing you. Well, we sort of do as much of this as we can. So have you visited this fine establishment before?
Yes.
You know Mr. Stephan then?
Oh, yes, I do.
Oh, all right, okay.
Yeah. This is my hometown. We're back fixing up a house that was built in 1889.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, is this your...
That's him. He's really clever, guys.
And his name again is?
It's Ed or Jean, either way.
He goes by either way?
Yeah.
Are you Ed?
Yes, I am.
We brought a lady here who claims to be related to you.
She called me a moment ago.
No, they told me not to call you, but I...
Do you really know this woman?
No, I sure do.
Okay.
I'm
Mitch. Nice to see you.
I didn't tell you they were coming over. I called you a long time ago.
Oh, no, she didn't tell me. But as soon as you made the corner, I knew what was happening. She's an activist.
Oh, she is, huh?
Yeah. Well, this is...
I'm so thrilled.
Well, get an address, Ben. We'll send them one. Yeah, well, whatever happens, we're going to have a lot more fun than anybody else has. I'll tell you that, doing stuff like this.
I was trying to remember the name of the fellow who ran a few years ago. Started the name Mutz.
Yeah, he's a wonderful person.
Yeah.
He's a good friend of mine. He's a tremendous person, and somebody I look to for advice. And yeah, he's a great guy.
Well, I was heartbroken when he lost, but you just have to move on from those things.
Yeah, well, he served the state awfully well while he had the chance, and we're lucky we had him. The heart of it right now is to get some income back in this state, get our bills paid, and then we can start arguing about other questions. But right now, to me,
Well, as we were going to lunch today, I was telling her I was more concerned about the economics, not for myself, but for other people.
No, exactly. Well, we got to get going.
Okay.
Got to get up to
Thank
Jasper.
you so much. I'm just.
Well, thanks for letting us play a little prank here. Oh, come on, we'll take you back to your car.
Oh, I'll walk back. He'll be fine, Billy.
No, we can go that way anyways.
Either one of these.
Okay, no, I don't mind at all.
Nah, well, that's where we're
One
going.
of the highlights of my life.
Those 3 terrible things were wrong today, and now one great thing.
That's what I said. I have been having a bad day.
Well, see?
All the curtains for the house are too short.
Well, now I feel good. At least we did one thing today. I'm not sure how much progress we made the rest of it, but this is good. Well, good to meet you, Ed.
Okay.
All right.
Good luck.
I'm going to tell you one last story because it involves you, and I need your help. I sat in a school up in Lake County, Indiana. It is what we would now call a faith-based academy. And virtually every kid there got there through some kind of hard luck, most of them on referral from the juvenile court. And yet miracles are happening in the lives of these children. And the last one I talked to out of many was a 17-year-old Hispanic girl. Maybe I stuck with her a while because her name, like my oldest daughter's, is Megan. And Megan made a mistake, but she did the right thing, and she had the child. And now, because of this wonderful place and the people who assembled it, she is back in school. And little Maya is right down the hall where Megan can, between classes, or anytime necessary, be there and administer the constant, loving presence that only a mother can really supply. And she is so purposeful and so composed, despite the things that have happened to her, that I made her a little deal. She's going to finish high school. I'm going to get elected governor. And her governor is going to be there to see her get that diploma. Will you help me get that done?
You know, here and there you'll find somebody who just says, oh, I went and looked at the website. And they're generally complimentary. But right now what I'm getting so much of is the show. It's unbelievable everywhere I go. I mean, the thing has incredible recognition. It shows what I know. First one.
First bogey.
Hey, what happened to those people who gave us those fly swatters? Where are they?
They're in there.
He's probably pretty slow moving. It's a new notebook too. I really don't want to. He sensed danger. I know I'll get him. I have to put this down though. Come on.
Actually, those fly swatter.
No, I've got a beat on him here. Here. Sit still.